While NVIDIA's name lights up headlines faster than a supernova, Advanced Micro Devices, AMD, has been tiptoeing through the AI chip arena, quietly piling up gains like a stealthy ninja. Over the past 3 months, AMD's share price has soared approximately 77.7%, leaving many to wonder whether the underdog is gearing up to become the next long-term champ in the AI processor race. In this deep dive, we'll explore how export wins in China, cutting-edge AI chips, massive global deals, and big tech's insatiable data center appetites might just propel AMD past the finish line, if savvy investors load up before the breakout. The underdog's 77.7% sprint. Imagine you're watching a marathon where everyone's glued to the flashy, neon-clad leader, ahem, NVIDIA. Meanwhile, in the pack, there's that scrappy runner, AMD, conserving energy, sticking to an efficient pace, and then, BM, sprints ahead when no one's looking. That's AMD's story this quarter. While NVIDIA grabbed the spotlight with blockbuster AI announcements and record market caps, AMD quietly amassed a 77.7% return over the last 3 months, trouncing the S&P 500 and even the proverbial tortoise's best day on the track. Why the stealth mode? Less hype, more execution. AMD's narrative has been fewer press conferences, more consistent chip rollouts. Undervalued multiples. With price-to-sales ratios that won't induce vertigo like some peers, AMD has room to run before hitting bubble territory. China's open arms, export wins down the Silk Road. Just 2 weeks ago, the U.S. administration signaled a policy U-turn, approving AI chip exports to China for both NVIDIA and AMD. That decision allows AMD to resume shipments of its MI308 AI GPUs into the world's largest tech market. It's like unlocking a secret level in a video game. Suddenly, vast demand corridors open up, and AMD can flex its GPU muscles where compute-hungry Chinese tech firms and cloud providers eagerly await. Picture a gourmet chef, AMD, whose wares were banned in a neighboring country. Overnight, the border reopens, and Michelin-star restaurants line up to taste the new dish. That's the MI308's moment in Beijing, and it could translate to real revenue boosts as chip orders flow in. Cutting-edge AI chips, the MI300 series and beyond. AMD's MI300 and the forthcoming MI310 aren't just incremental upgrades. They're architectural leaps designed for massive parallel compute, high-bandwidth memory, and energy efficiency. While NVIDIA's H100 and H200 series hog the limelight, AMD's CDNA-based accelerators pack a punch at competitive prices. Think Ferrari performance at Honda Civic cost. High-bandwidth memory, HBM3 enables blistering data throughput, essential for generative AI workloads. Open ecosystem compatibility. RCM software stack aims to break proprietary shackles, appealing to open-source advocates. It's like choosing between a flashy sports car with luxury finishes, NVIDIA, and a tunable race car you can upgrade yourself, AMD. One turns heads instantly, the other rewards hands-on enthusiasts and fleet operators alike. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Massive global deals, partnerships, and production. AMD isn't going solo. It's teamed up with TSMC for leading-edge node fabrication and inked supply agreements with cloud titans. Hyperscalers on deck. Rumors swirl about Azure, Google Cloud, and Oracle Cloud integrating MI300 GPUs into select AI instances. Telecom and telecom adjacent. 5G edge compute applications in Europe and North America leverage AMD's customizable SoCs. Automotive and embedded. From self-driving platforms to industrial robotics, AMD's versatile chips find homes in unexpected places. These partnerships represent multi-year revenue streams, providing AMD with a diversified customer base beyond the typical data center skirmishes. The big tech spending spree. Here's the real kicker. Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, and Alphabet are collectively plowing hundreds of billions into data center expansion and AI infrastructure this year. To break it down, Company 2025 AI/data center capex projected. Meta $66 to $72 billion. Microsoft $30 billion this quarter. Amazon $117 billion. Alphabet $85 billion. Total, selected is almost equal to $298 billion and climbing. Why this matters for AMD? Even if AMD only captures a 10 to 15% slice of these chip budgets, we're talking tens of billions in incremental revenue, enough to send the stock into orbit. Why now is the time to load up? Savvy investors sniff out value where others see noise. Here's why AMD is tempting: relative valuation, trading at lower multiples than Nvidia, with similar growth vectors. Catalyst ready. Upcoming quarterly earnings could showcase notable revenue upticks from China exports and hyperscaler deals. Underdog premium potential. If AMD outperforms guidance, expect a re-rating that compresses the valuation gap with peers. Buying AMD now is like snagging concert tickets during the pre-sale. You've hit the buy button before the billboard goes up and everyone rushes the box office. The great processor debate: unlimited demand or bubble risk? Is it realistic to assume data center demand will perpetually swell? Probably not. Eventually, companies will optimize, saturate capacity, or diversify architectures, e.g., FPGAs, ASICs. But is it premature to claim that today's demand is fully baked? Absolutely. Near-term demand drivers: generative AI models, LLMs, recommendation engines, real-time analytics. Mid-term uncertainties: power constraints, architectural diversification, software-hardware co-design. Long-term wildcards: quantum computing, on-chip AI accelerators, AI-specific silicon from hyperscalers. Invest or take away. Ride the current wave, but keep an eye on emerging paradigms. AMD's diversified roadmap, CPUs plus GPUs plus custom SoCs, may shield it better than single-product peers. Quarterly performance, the make-or-break moment. AMD's upcoming quarterly report, Q3/FY 2025, is shaping up to be a pivotal event. Analysts will watch revenue growth rate, particularly in data center segment. Gross margins: will new production efficiencies and volume offsets bolster margins? China sales contribution: how much did MI308 exports add? Guidance tone: conservative or bullish? Think of AMD as a tightrope walker. This quarter's earnings are the balancing pole. A steady report keeps the momentum. A wobble invites short sellers to pounce. AMD as the surprise dessert. Imagine you're at a tech buffet. Nvidia's the ostentatious chocolate fountain. Everyone crowds around taking selfies. AMD? It's the chef's special creme brulee hidden in the back corner. Understated, but when you crack that caramelized crust, you realize it's the delectable finale. Investors who taste it early get a sweet treat before the crowd rushes over, and prices skyrocket. Risks and considerations. Of course, no party is perfect. Key risks include geopolitical headwinds. Renewed export controls or tariffs could clip China sales. Competitive intensity. Nvidia's entrenched ecosystem and upcoming Blackwell architecture. Execution hiccups. Supply chain delays, yield issues at TSMC, or software stack bugs. Savvy investors weigh these while positioning with appropriate sizing and stop-loss strategies. A long-term winner in the making? AMD's 77.7% three-month rally is just the opening bell. With China export resumption, cutting-edge AI accelerators, and big tech's unprecedented spending spree, the stage is set for a possible breakout. While it's not guaranteed that demand will remain insatiable forever, the next 2 quarters could cement AMD's status as a top contender in the AI processor arena. If you believe in this narrative, and don't mind the occasional market jitters, it might be time to load up on AMD before the mainstream crowd catches on. So, fire up your trading platform, grab your favorite snack, and tune in to AMD's next earnings call. This underdog just might surprise us all, and you'll want to be on board for the ride. Before you throw all your chips into AMD, let's check the pantry, the balance sheet. As of the latest quarter, AMD boasts a strong cash position, north of $4 billion in free cash flow, while keeping debt levels modest. That cushion is like having an emergency chocolate stash. No matter the market storms, AMD can still sweeten its R&D budget or weather a downturn without raiding the piggy bank. Free cash flow, FCF healthy and growing, indicating that the business generates more than enough cash to fund operations and invest in future chips. R&D spending, roughly 25% of revenue, showing AMD's commitment to staying on the bleeding edge rather than coasting on past glory. Debt to equity, below 0.5, a conservative level that keeps interest costs manageable and preserves financial flexibility. Note this as well. If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead, or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up for ever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints, here are they that keep the commandments of God, and the faith of Jesus. Revelation 14 verses 9 to 12. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all His commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.